Welcome, friends. This is Naren R from Naren's Wisdom Talk. After a long hiatus, today I want to meet you and talk about spirituality, our core purpose of the video which we are doing. And in that, we are exploring Bhagavad Gita. Let us try to make as much as possible today's opportunity and gradually make a two-part video or how it goes about. So basically, we have to cover this Bhagavad Gita. It may not be in a chronological order, or sometimes I may pick and choose which are great sayings and which is timeless. In fact, all are great sayings and all are the dialogue between Lord Krishna, Sri Krishna, and Arjuna is very compelling to hear, listen, and various scholars have given their own thesis, commentaries, bhashyas on this, like Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Shankara, Adi Shankara. So Bhagavad Gita falls under Bhishma Parva, the chapter, section of Mahabharata. Essentially, Bhagavad Gita means a song of divine, and this has 18 chapters and 700 verses. And Vedantas, which is Veda's final portion, four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. Each Vedas have Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda, you have Aranyakas, you have Samhitas, that is prayer and rituals and vidhanas of all the rituals, the way to do to please certain gods and attain certain objectives. Jnanakanda contains knowledge part, exploring the self and the true knowledge of universal self, the existence, very purpose and nature of its existence, and what is the creator. And various philosophers and experts had various varying degree of thought on this. Having said that, we will explore this Gita. It is a divine song sung between the incarnate of ultimate Narayana, transcendental being, Narayana. It is discussion or dialogue between human Nara, that is representing Arjuna, and Narayana, the ultimate. So the battle is set between the Kuru clan, within the Kuru clan, between Kauravas and Pandu, son of Pandu, and Kauravas, Dhritarashtra's son. Pandavas are on the side of justice, where Krishna is the charioteer for his close friend there, Arjuna. He chooses Arjuna and he says that I am not going to take part in this battle, but I will be your charioteer. So there, Lord Krishna, who is known for Maya and playing the all beyond, unlike the previous incarnation of Rama, who was more of less a human. Here the playful cosmic deity, that is Lord Krishna, comes into fore. And Lord Krishna is sent as a peace emissary before the war begins, as a last ditch effort to stop this war from taking place. But Duryodhana, being adamant and is blinded by the krodha, or the anger and passion and kama, that is desire. All the bad qualities are there, along with his uncle Shakuni, maternal uncle Shakuni, who had a profound influence in his life. He is complicit with Duryodhana in doing evil. And basically Mahabharata and the authorship is claimed by Vedavyasa. So Vedavyasa divided Vedas into four and he composed Mahabharata. And within Mahabharata you have this Bhagavad Gita. So when, as I told, when the battle begins, Kauravas are headed by Bhishma, Then there you have Duryodhana and Dushasana and others. Drona, Kripa and others are also compelled to fight with alongside with Duryodhana as a commander of the army. Bhishma is a great grandson of Kuru dynasty. And on the Pandava side, Drishtadyumna is the commander. And Pandavas, as you know, comprises of Arjuna, uh, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Sakula, Nakula, Sahadeva, and others in their side. So it is a battle, and the battle begins here. And when Krishna blows the conch of Panchajanya and others uh, blow the conches and the trumpet, and the war is in the air. The drums are beaten, war drums are beaten, and you have Arjuna telling Krishna to go in the middle to get the clarity. So Sanjaya here, the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, king who is sitting and want to know what is going on in the field of Kurukshetra, thus asks in the verse 1, Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha Mamaka Pandava Kimakruta O Sanjaya. Means in field he calls Dharma kshetra Kurukshetra. He calls Kurukshetra as a Dharma kshetra, the place of dharma, where dharma takes place. You have to note this. This signifies that where dharma is done in the field of Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra is the place of dharma, and what is happening between that of Pandavas and my son, O Sanjaya? Please explain. That is what Dhritarashtra asks. The divine mission is bestowed to Sanjaya, the charioteer of King Dhritarashtra, by Vedavyasa himself to see what is going on in the field between Pandavas and Kauravas, his son, Kauravas, the Dhritarashtra's son. So Kaurava, then Duryodhana goes to Drona and says that, behold, oh Dronacharya, the Acharya for both Kauravas and Pandavas in their childhood, whose favorite student was Arjuna, the greatest archer the world has ever known since. So he says that, behold the arrangement, and so on and so forth. This is the what we have to see, the strategy, what we can do. This is what Duryodhana says. So one side the alignment of Pandavas with Drishtadyumna, the son of Drupada, as commander, and other side you have Kauravas, the one justifying the dharma or the good, other evil. Krishna is on the side of good. He is a charioteer. He has agreed to be charioteer, but never, as I told, never take part directly in the war. So this is the background of the story. And again, Dhritarashtra asks, Kimakrutva, what happens now? So now, having said that, Duryodhana rejects the offer of peace, and when Krishna says, give some of the kingdom, which is about to take place, there is Kauravas on one's hand, headed by Yudhishthira and Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva and Arjuna. And Kauravas on the other hand have Bhishma, Drona and the Kaurava sons, which is so the battle begins and the war cry begins. The conch is blown by Krishna, his Panchajanya, the battle cries. But what happened? Arjuna, the greatest archer the world has ever known until, he is proven to be the great archer, and his aim never misses. He is very hell-bent on destroying all the Kaurava army. Drishtadyumna, as mentioned, is the commander of the Pandava side, and Bhishma on the other side of Kauravas. So Bhishma and Dronacharya, Kripa, they were all great beings, but yet due to their oath, they are compelled to fight for Duryodhana because the Hastinapura, the kingdom, is headed by Dhritarashtra, the father of Kauravas. So they themselves are very dejected to fight or take side, or the very battle takes place as Mahabharata. So here the battle begins, and suddenly Arjuna asks Krishna, "Can you move the chariot in middle so that I can get the clear view of the arrangement of the battle? What are the strategy and others?" When he gets, Krishna drives the chariot in middle, and in verse 27 and 28, Arjuna laments. It is called Arjuna Vishada or Sainya Darshana. It is also called Arjuna Vishada, where Arjuna is overwhelmed by seeing his own kinsmen, Drona, Kripa, Bhishma, all the gurus, all the kin and kith on the other side. So he asks Krishna, Drishtvevam Yuyotsava Samupastitam. He says, all my kings and kids are around me. Gatrani mam parsuyati. That is, pursusyati. That is, he says that they are all in front of me and my strength is going down. So I can see all the elderly clanmen, kith, kin, and he goes on ranting that there is Duryodhana, Dushasana, then there is all the gurus like Kripa, Drona, and my bow is, his bow is called Gandiva, and it is just falling off, and my strength is getting weakened. And I feel like not fighting, and my body is trembling. Should we fight them? Should we fight for a piece of land to gain something? And for that sake, we should we should sit over the dead bodies of all these people. So, in the second chapter, the analysis of the self begins in Sankhya Yoga. So, Sanjaya says, Sanjaya Uvacha tam tata kripaya vishtashupurna kuleshnam vishedantamidam vakyam vacha Madhusudanaha Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Sanjaya says, having said so, Arjuna is stopped, and Krishna sees him and smiles, and he says the following word: Tam tata kripaya vishtashupurna kuleshnam vishedantamidam vakyam vacha Krutastva kashamalam idam vishame samupastitam anarya justamako gairyatrikaramajnam Klaibyam masma gamaha partha naitatpaddante tektotishtam parantapa. Lord Krishna says, what has come, what disillusionment has come over you? Why have you dropped the bow? What is this unmanliness? You are not a warrior. You are behaving like not a warrior, but you speak like a wise words. These are looking like a wise word, but yet you are a fool. He says so. Then he explains the nature of self in further chapters in this Sankhya Yoga. That is, Nayanam chindinti shastrani nayanam dahati pavaka. Neither can the soul be destroyed by weapons nor by any wind or water or anything. He is explaining to Arjuna the nature of self. So why you are grieving upon those who will never cease to exist? Neither you or them or me will never cease to exist. Why are you crying over that? So that is what he meant. Natvevaham jatunasam natve mehe janadipaha nachaiva navavidyaha. So he says that Vayatu Param. So he says that there was never a time when these people were existing. So why are you grieving? Then he further says, Na jayate namriyate na vakadachin nava hanyam nava Yam Purano, Ajo Shashvatam Yam Purano. So he says they are primeval. In verse 20, this is coming. Na jayate namriyate vakadachin. Ajo nityam yam paro puranaha na hanyamate hanyamane sharire. So that is what he is saying. The body is verily destructible, but the soul is imperishable. These people never ever cease to exist, whether it is Bhishma, Drona, you or me. That is what he further says. Then he says that you leave all that to me, and you are only bound to do your action. Action is your duty, performance of duty. Even as a warrior, you are bound to act in the war. What will your next generations, coming generations say when you left the field without even facing them? They will call you as a person who was very timid and he ran away from the battlefield. Even looking by your duty, it is bad. As you have already come to the battlefield, you have to take up the bow. If you gain, you will gain entire kingdom. If you die, you will gain heaven. That is what he says. So Krishna says that one's duty cannot be abandoned. But what he says is that do the duty without the fear of result. This will help even in a current scenario when students are facing the fear of examination. They can take these verses. When you say you have to score 99, 100 or something like that, you just see the process. Then the result will automatically come. And you leave that result to me. That is what Lord Krishna says. So that he is saying it in a profound manner to Arjuna. So he is guiding the person whose mind is now in a depressed mode. When man becomes depressed, he can take this as a motivation. So further, Lord Krishna gives more of an explanation to this. He says that karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma bhutur bhuma te sangostva karmani. Means you are right to perform your karma, but not the fruit of it. You don't think you are the doer. You are just an instrument. You just perform your activities which is prescribed to you and live the fruit of the action. And you don't concentrate or look at the fruit of action. Further, in further chapters, he says that fruit of the action is not to be enjoyed. The fruit of the action is you have to work for the welfare. That is karma yogi. A real karma yogi works not for himself, but for entire society or the entire world as such. He is not contained. He who is contained in self is a real karma yogi. He who does not get dejected by the result when it is bad or get overly ecstatic when overexcited when he is getting great result. So such balanced mind, equipoised, such people tend to be called as karma yogi. Then in in the verse, second chapter, that is, asks what is the nature of such person, one who is renounced and who is equipoised. Krishna says such a person who is equipoised in his mind, equanimity has been achieved in his mind. He never gets affected by what is going around him. He is just in a same balanced mode of mind, whether it is sorrow, dejection, or whether he is facing some pressure or he is having some bad result. He never cares. Such person renounces all the fruits of action and works only for the sake of work. That is what Lord Krishna says. such person is bound to attain the supreme self, the selfless person. That is what Lord Krishna says. Then in the third chapter of Karma Yoga, Krishna asks, if such a person is there who renounces all the activities and who is very equipoised, why do you ask me to do such a violent karma, which is killing? What still is in doubt. He perceives this as a violent action. Why do you make me to tell me to do? You are contradicting yourself. You are telling on one side that you have to perform action. Again, you are telling that one should renounce and detach. How is it possible? He says. So Krishna gives the answer in the third chapter of Karma Yoga that a balanced person who acts only for the sake of action, giving the fruit to me, that is Lord Krishna, as a fruit of me, whatever it comes, acts only for the sake of dharma, for the righteous cause, as also is prescribed dharma, whatever it is. If you are a doctor, you do it for the sake of goodness, welfare. If you are an engineer or any other profession, you do it only for the sake of it, not to be enjoyed. If you don't get promoted tomorrow, despite doing, don't get dejected. In due course, you may get or you may not get. It is not in your hand. External things are not in your hand. But you do as if the duty is yours and you do it with utmost. All the things, all the karma is to be renounced and as the yajna or the sacrifice to God, to ultimate reality. If you think in that mode, then you are bound to do your karma easily without any pressure in mind, and you will certainly work for the welfare of the society at large. In whichever profession, in whichever way you are, you will work for the sake of work. But renouncing totally is a different aspect. Renouncing, he will speak in a further other chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So that is why he is telling that. So he says that the person who is deluded thinks that he is a doer, but he is not a doer. He is just an instrument of nature. All the people work in the three mode of passion or three gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva are the people who do for sake of good, for welfare, to get some benefits. Rajas, who do in the mode of passion for themselves, to survive for themselves, they do, and for their own benefit. Tamo guna are the darkest guna by own being, and you and I are same, and I control I control and I manifest through my yoga maya. I come through my own being again and again. And he says that I know my death and birth, I know my existence, I will be coming again and again. Yada yada hi dharmasyam glanir bhavati bharata pavitranaya sathunam dharma samstarpanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. For establishment of dharma, I come again. I know my birth. I am the controller of all things, yet everything is under my control. Through my own potency, yoga maya, I come through being and again go. This is what he says. Then he says, Janma karma same divyam yo veti tattvataha natva deham punarjanmaha. So Arjuna, so those who know my birth and death, this is verse 9 till 9, he says, those who know the secret of my birth and death, those who know me as such, will always come to me. Those who fix their mind on me always come to me. Those who know about my incarnation, they come to me. That is what Lord Krishna says in chapter 4 in Jnana Yoga. So further he says that you can, despite all the vices, chapter 4 in 30, 35, 36, he says how Jnana is the knowledge of ultimate is helping. With all the impiousness, you can cross with the ocean of all vices with the boat of Jnana. Whatever it is, you can cross it if you have knowledge. Knowledge of the self, not knowledge of anything else, but knowledge of the self. If you have knowledge, you can cross this ocean of which is very difficult to cross. So Arjuna asks, what is the importance of knowledge? So this is the of self, the one who is always drawn and self-content, one who knows everything is perishable, everything transient is perishable, and one who fixes his gaze only on me and renounces all the material desire and work for the sake of welfare, that is karma yogi, he shall attain that wisdom. And the wise people know me. Yeah. Different men come through different passion. He tells that in 11, verse 11. Ye yata ma prapadyante tantastaiva bhajamya mama vartamanu vartante manusyanam partha sarvashaha. That means many people offer many things through many ways they want to attain me. I shall give them what they want. But those who, if others says, those who think only of me through pure knowledge of self, with conscious understanding real consciousness, through the empirical knowledge, under a guidance of a guru who is there, such a bona fide guru who is very known for, who has touched that path. If you take the guidance and reach through the jnana, you shall definitely reach me. That is the jnana yoga. And he has to keep the mind in still. And again he repeats these verses in many other chapters, that those who go beyond the dualities of life, sorrow and pain, who is not affected, and who sees the stone and the gold as same, he attains this knowledge. Who has this equanimity of mind, such person, such knowledge will lead to the liberation or mukti. This is what Lord Krishna says. So then in chapter 5, again Arjuna asks, if the karma yoga, and you talk about karma yoga, that is yoga of action and yoga of renunciation, that is sannyasa. Which is the better yoga? So Lord Krishna says, those who are deluded, this is verse 1, he asks this question, Arjuna asks, which is the better yoga you suggest? So Krishna answers, only one who is deluded thinks two are entirely different. One cannot achieve through without the other. That is, karma yoga needs sannyasa. Sannyasa and karma yoga cannot be different. So karma yogi can attain when he detaches from the all the material desire, and for the sake of, not for creation, wealth, or for self satisfaction, material self satisfaction, one who is contented and who is really serving the welfare and only thinking of the ultimate reality, and who performs such yoga is karma yoga. One who has renounced through empirical knowledge is sannyasa yoga. So both can be achieved through various means. Both should be treated as two pillars, and each need other. So both can be achieved. Only the fool who doesn't know this thinks one is better, other is not, like that. Each has its own way, and you can achieve through each marga. And both leads to ultimate reality when you do it at the utmost precision, utmost devotion and dedication. Through karma yoga, with detachment, you perform duties for welfare, thinking of Lord as the ultimate goal. Through sannyasa, you renounce everything, but absolute sannyasi doesn't exactly renounce even the action. Even for basic survival, you need action. Example, you want to go to bathroom. Even for that, you need activity. No, performance of action as such for even basic survival and for other needs, you need action, some kind of action. So nobody can renounce completely. Yes, one who is fully indulged in fully in samadhi state, he may not need, but it is very difficult when your body is very still and your mind has gone into oneness. So in further chapter, Krishna explains that in Karma Sannyasa Yoga that I mean these are all the ways to achieve. These two ways are very profound and they can reach. Not one is better or other. Only the deluded people think like that, or the ignorant people, so to say, think like that. So this is some one part. And when it's come to Dhyana Yoga, Krishna says that Dhyana Yoga is, he tells about how a meditation should be made, how through meditation a person can attain the Supreme. So Krishna says that a person should sit in a grass or which is not neither which is high or low. He should have a focus on his nose tip and only his mind fixed on me, that is, he is telling on God, on reality, on Supreme Self. Not wavering mind here and there. One who neither hates more or less, very less. One is takes the middle path, his head steady, and a breathing technique, which he has the circle of breath, and one who is straight in his path, straight in his body, head held high, and is all his concentration on the tip of the nose or on the center of the forehead, Agnya Chakra. He can uh, get through Dhyana Yoga, get through me. So each yoga has its, each type he explains. From analysis of soul, he gives how karma is important, or Nishkama karma, that is karma yogi. Karma, he comes to jnana, the knowledge, how it is through knowledge of the self, which is knowledge of self is that just like the body goes through uh, different phases from childhood to adulthood, so does the soul goes through different transformation from one being to other being through the karma, what he has accumulated. The cycle of birth and death will happen. It is only through jnana and performing certain, as he told, the nishkama karma. One, if he renounces all the fruits of the action, one can reach him easily and know the God, know the Lord who is within, yet beyond all the things, who controls all the uh, all the existence through his potent, which is called Yogamaya. Through that he creates and he comes back and forth. This is explained in Gita also. So this is how Lord Krishna explains the Sankhya, the analysis from Arjuna's ranting of his losing his opponents who are very dear to him, to Krishna analyzing what is soul. There he tells, why are you so sorrow? Why do you have the sorrow? For whom your enemy is? Even if they are enemy, like you and me and them, they don't have the perishable nature. Their real self is permanent of that one. You should realize that. And what are the ways? Karma. You perform your karma. Nishkama karma. As a warrior, you perform for the sake of welfare. They are anyway adharma. I am on your side. So like that he says. Then he gives all the jnana, how to attain to jnana. What is the lakshanas or the qualities, virtues of a jnana yogi? How a jnana can be attained? How a dhyana should be made? What are the poses? Straight, how you should be? and karma sannyasa, which is better, jnana or karma. Both can be simultaneous, both can be complementary to each other. Only the deluded will not know. So this is a brief note for Bhagavad Gita. Hope I can catch you in a continuation if we can explore more about Bhagavad Gita. And this is very important for today's generation. Takeaways from this is how man can overcome his life's difficulties, what he needs to do when he is in a very difficult position, when he acts in the mode of passion, three gunas. So those things you can analyze. Having said so, I want to take a bow for now. Further, we can explore more from other Dhyana Yoga and Vishwarupa Darshana and Sannyasa Yoga. All these we can briefly discuss and go forward. So until then, Namaskaram. Vande Krishnam Jagat Guru. So thank you.